Hello, my name is Xavier Mercado, and this is Spearhead Conversations. Today, I'm joined by Coach Sedrick Hay. Straight out of Brown Deer, Wisconsin. He's a wrestling coach here. I've seen ages as young as 3, all the way up through high school. He coaches the youth, he coaches the middle school, and he even coaches the high school. Bear with me for a minute. This is only to attest to the type of character and man sitting in front of me. I moved here about a year ago to Brown Deer, and the biggest concern and worry was how would my children transition? I prayed, and I prayed hard. Soon after we moved here, those prayers were answered. One night, my oldest, who was a sophomore here at Brown Deer High, she came in to the house and announced she wanted to wrestle. I, for a moment, stood proud because I had wrestled in middle school as well as high school. So I understood the type of impact wrestling could have with her. But nothing prepared me for what I've seen over the past year. Her discipline, her dedication, and the maturity. With that, I feel I owe that to the very man in front of me, the principles he's held, and just, the transformation I see is the proof is in the pudding. Fast track this year, we've added 2 more to that roster, my youngest boy and my middle. And I decided to show up to one of the open mats and see, just the type of coaching style and get a more in-depth look. And the minute I walked up those steps and the minute I walked into that room, it clicked. I understood. So with that being said, I had to ask him would he be on the platform. And he agreed. So with that being said, without further ado, how you doing, Coach Hay?
Man, I'm doing good. Taking back a little bit, I'm like, man, I see the setup. I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking awesome right now. But I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you for having me on.
I honestly, I respect you. I've been to the practices. Now I understand, to have my oldest in the gym before school and even after. She's leaving at 5 in the morning, if not earlier, and there till 7 p.m. at night. That for me is like jaw dropping. Yeah. But you definitely have your way with the kids you're teaching here at Brown Deer. And man, it's just amazing. I mean, you have kids coming all the way from Port Washington.
Yes.
Holy cow. And I Whitefish Bay, Germantown, Slinger, you name it.
Sussex, everywhere.
I've talked to these parents, and I know, the story time was in the intro, but I know these parents can relate to come this far to have their kids coached by you. I'm happy you're here, man. How you been? How's the week been going?
Man, it's been going good. Well, car issues a little bit. I was a man. I was painting doors and taking out alternators at the same time, and then go to wrestling practice right after that. But man, it's been good though. I can't complain.
Yeah, it seems like this is wrestling is fully life.
It's my life. This is what we do from my 10-year-old all the way up to my 19, 20-year-old. This is what we do. We do this every day, Monday through Monday.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, again, I am happy you're here. And you ready to jump in?
Man, let's do it.
Hey, so where were you born?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Born on the north. I was born at St. Joseph's, and then my mom originally from Chicago.
Okay.
So then she was from 13th and Kedzie. My granddad owned a bakery.
Okay.
Business owners, and then my granddad wound up selling the business and moving out to the country in Kankakee, Illinois, and that's when my mom met my dad.
Oh, wow.
And they actually lived across from each other. So the crazy part is my grandparents lived across from each other. So if I get mad at one, I just go across to the other one. That's what I loved about it the most.
Oh man, that's beautiful right there. How was your childhood?
It was good. I'm not gonna say like every normal childhood, but I don't like the whole the narrative that, you know, some kids get growing up, you know, troubled childhood, troubled past.
Yeah.
But it was adventurous. You know, moms was working hard, my stepdad was freaking working hard, and, you know, we kind of just grew up playing outside.
Yeah.
And just getting into a whole bunch of stuff we shouldn't be getting into, but hey, I'm here.
He's here,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And I feel like, you know, even my generation, because I've seen a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
you know, but my core memories are being outside.
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from me, man.
These kids don't know about going
They
outside.
don't know.
They only know about the iPad. They don't know about. So when I be coaching wrestling, I be like, do cartwheels. They be like, they can't. I be like, cause y'all don't be outside.
Yeah. I took the phone away from my son Arlo, the 5-year-old, the other day, and then my wife, she gave me this look, and I'm like, just pause for a minute. I don't want you on that phone. Go do something else.
Exactly.
You know what he ended up doing?
What?
Taking the magnets and the Legos and making, you know, the using the imagination, and it truly is crazy to me that, you know, you look at the kids of today, they are straight in.
They like this.
This.
They don't know anything outside of that phone sometimes.
But I was blessed to say, hey, I was on the big wheels, Night in the Graveyard.
Yeah.
You know, we was out here with the Pogs.
Man, yo-yos.
And
And everything, dude. Going to the corner store, walking miles.
Yeah. So what were hobbies that you were into?
I really didn't have a lot. I'm not going to say I had a lot of hobbies. My hobbies was protecting my cousins. So I had 2 younger cousins that grew up with me. And we'd go outside, and it seemed like they get in a fight every other week, every other day. So I'm literally just sitting out. My hobby was to protect them, to make sure that they don't get in trouble, right? To make sure that we ain't getting in too much trouble, but still doing that. But besides that, man, we just played outside. I really didn't do a lot until I got into high school.
Got you. So if you could, what's the earliest memory of you dipping the toes with wrestling? How did you cross paths with that?
So I played football, right? And I did Pee Wee football with the Lions with NCSL, right?
Oh wow!
So I did that when I was younger, probably around 6th, 7th grade. Then went to high school, went to Custer High School, and was playing football there. I was starting. I played quarterback for the freshman team. We was doing our thing, and then Coach Tomes, Ben Tomes, he introduced us. He was like, "Hey, you need to do wrestling." I'm like, "What's wrestling?" He was like, "Dude, just come to the wrestling room and show you." I'm like, "All right." Man, I see a bunch of dudes running around, flipping each other. I said, "Man, what is this?" And the moment I stepped on that mat, and I was just out there just flipping everybody. I was like, this is because we played outside. That's how we roughed house.
Oh, for sure.
We was outside playing all the time. So I went out there, man, and Tomes introduced me my freshman year, and I started freshman year. Mm-hmm. And, man, from there, I fell in love with it because I can physically hurt you without getting in trouble. Yeah. And I said, I can do this without getting in trouble. I'm good. Let's do it.
Yeah. I can tell you, man, that's kind of like similar, right? I mean, me and my friends used to throw on the gloves.
That's what I'm saying.
I had braces, so I was guaranteed a cut every time. You know what I mean? But I was crazy, bro.
Because I was short. I was smaller than everybody in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
So I had to prove the point that, hey, you gonna mess with me, we gonna go. I don't care if it's 50 of you. I'm gonna show you what I can do.
Yeah. And then, you know, the way I ended up in wrestling was, you know, my brother was wrestling on the high school team. I was like, you know what? Let me try this. I loved it. I was doing tumbling out there. I was, like you said, it was free range.
It just felt natural.
Man.
But then it was a little constraints, like you can't do this too much. I'm like, all right, I got you.
For sure. So, you know, once now you have your toes dipped in, what do you feel inspired you to stay with it?
Coach Roger. So Roger Quindell, right? Tomes wound up leaving because he was a teacher, didn't have license, whatever. So they wound up firing him. Coach Roger Quindell, county supervisor. He was a county supervisor from Milwaukee, military veteran, Army vet. So you got this 70-year-old dude. I think he was 70. Man, looked like he about 70. 70-year-old dude talking about he did this in Vietnam, he did that in Vietnam, and just a real good dude. And he pushed us. So in the summertime, we'd be wrestling all summer. And then we'd be at his house going to tournaments. And I saw the the character building that was involved in it. I see it later, but then I didn't see it, but I saw it, and I wanted to be a part of something.
Yeah.
And man, he was man. The stories that I remember one time Quindell told us. He said, "No, I want to go." He said, this dude broke in my house. I chased him down the block. I grabbed this wallet and I looked at him and said, if I ever catch you around here again, I'm gonna get you." And when I heard that, I was like, typically you don't let nobody go. And he gave him grace. And I was like, so is this what this is about? So man, after that, I was like, I'm all about it.
Yeah. What do you feel were barriers for you when you started out wrestling?
Parent support.
Yeah.
Like my mom and my dad, right? They never really came to tournaments at all. Mama gonna see this. I'm sorry, Mama. I gotta tell you the truth. So she really never. She never came to tournaments like that because they wasn't familiar with what wrestling was or what sports was in general. So I had to catch the bus. Yeah. I had to take the initiative to make sure I was on weight. I had to make sure I had to do all these things because I didn't have anybody to help me. I couldn't go to these clubs. I couldn't go to these fancy places. So we literally would just wrestle at the school, and whatever Roger could provide for us, we'd do it. Mm-hmm. So it was really just the financial part and just the support, as far as parent support.
Man. So you did this all 4 years?
I did it all 4 years.
All 4 years.
Well, I'm gonna say 3. I got kicked. I got in trouble my junior year.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got in trouble my junior year, but I wound up coming back though, and I wound up making it to state my senior year. I didn't place. I had the number 1 dude in the bracket out the gate. He didn't take me down though. But he rode the piss out of me. But he didn't take me down. That was one of my biggest things though. But so after that, man, it was just that's what it was.
I wrestled until my sophomore year, and I guess we're just young. Our head was somewhere else, and I kind of share a similar story with you as far as no parental support, and
that's why I vibe with you. I could tell.
Yeah, bro, it's the stories are really aligning. Yeah. Now, my mom loved me, and she was there in her ways, but when it came to sports, it was like, oh, it's too early.
I don't call them bad parents; they bad sports parents.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
I can't stand bad sports parents. They're great parents, but bad sports parents. That's why I call them.
Man, but for the most part, went up to sophomore year, and then I kind of let it go. But it's always still been in me. I feel like wrestling and the teachings of the type of discipline it shows you to use someone else's body weight against themselves, man. People used to look at me little. You know why? Like, I used to weigh soaking wet, probably like 90 pounds in high school. I think I showed you the picture, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But pick on me. Mess with me.
And I'm going to show you.
And I'm going to show you what I could do. And that's basically how I earned the respect, of a lot of people. But, going forward, what was your career path set out of high school?
So I legitimately didn't have one. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a kid when I was 18.
Yeah.
Right? Me and my wife got married in high school. So I've been married with my wife. So I had my son, Cedric, in high school.
Yeah.
And where I was going to go to school to wrestle. Mm-hmm. And we went I didn't go on the visit because I had to stay back home. Yeah. I had some other buddies going to visit. And one of the buddies wound up taking cell phones.
For sure.
And the coach called and said, we don't want none of y'all. The coach had my wife set up for a job. I was ready to go. And he said he didn't want nobody. So at that moment, I was like, what am I going to do? So I started to veer to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
So got into doing things I ain't had no business doing. Mm-hmm. And I wind up trying to sell drugs, trying to do the thing because I legitimately, 18 years old, got kicked out the house. Me and my wife, it's just us.
You got to survive, man.
You got to survive. So I wasn't trying to go out here and do this thing just for just to try to make money and show off. I was legitimately trying to pay my rent because we was 4 months behind.
Yeah. And look, man, people don't understand that. Like me, I grew up in low income. I grew up in Section 8. Let me tell you something. Majority of my life, even though we were in a good community, that doesn't necessarily mean what we were going through behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It was about survival. And some people don't understand like those type of backgrounds. But at the same time, you did change it. You did switch it around, did you not? Didn't you become a Marine?
Yeah, I went to the Marine Corps, and the only reason why I through all the crazy stuff that was going on through my life, right?
Yeah.
Because I was the youngest, right? I had the anger issues, but people didn't know why. I was always mad and angry, and things happened. My dad never really wanted to come around. But the crazy part I tell people is that I used to watch The Cosby Show.
Ooh.
I used to watch Fresh Prince. So I used to be like, that's what Dad's supposed to kind of be like. So let me try to be like that if I ever have one, I said, I'm going to make sure I'm going to do this. So then that's how I went to the Marine Corps. And man, it was probably the best decision I made.
You know, what did you do in the Marine Corps?
I was infantry.
Infantry?
So I was about to go to the Army, right?
Yep.
I didn't pass the ASVAB. ASVAB is 32. I couldn't even get a 32.
Bro, you don't feel bad? I took it.
Man,
bro.
It was the math. The math got me.
Me too, bro.
So then the recruiter, I went to the Marine Corps station, and he was like, hey, we'll try to help you. So we wound up studying, and I wound up just getting a 32, and that was like, what you want to do? I was like, what can I do? You got to go infantry. All right, bet. What you want to be? I was like, I'll be a machine gunner. All right, let's go do this.
Oh,
so
wow.
I wound up being infantry, and then I wound up getting shipped off and left my wife and my kids. My wife we was homeless still, so we was living in my mama's basement.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm left, she living in the basement, and I'm all the way in California, and man, it was an adventure. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man. Well, I will say this. We're going to do this for you real quick. Thank you for your service. This man right here represented the country.
Appreciate you.
If I'm not mistaken, was it the Corps' birthday recently? Or?
Yeah, it's November 10th.
Got you. After you got out of the Marines, was there anything in between before you touched back with wrestling?
Yeah, so me and my wife, we kind of, she was probably over here looking at me like, you better not be telling my story. Nah, so we wound up, we got out, stayed with my mom's and them for a while until we got to transition back to our own place. And then we wound up buying a house. And then Roger Quindell reached out to me and said, hey, the City Kids program is still going. You want to come help out? I was like, for sure. I've been doing this forever, right? So that's when I started to get back in. All my kids was young, and my son Max and Olivia and them. And that's when we really got back into wrestling at that moment.
You're a man that wears many hats, a coach, a mentor, a youth leader. Which was first, the love for competition or for the love for teaching?
It was the love of teaching. I used to be a Sunday school teacher.
Oh.
I was like,
my boy 10. Say he was in the gospel, bro. Gospel.
I was like 10 or 11, 12.
Yeah.
And my mom at the church, Spirit of Truth, when we used to go there, is not there no more. My mom wound up buying that building, by the way. But I was a Sunday school teacher there. So I love teaching. I love instructing because I knew what I wanted and I knew how to do it. So I'm like, let me try to give what I know these kids want at this young age. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was just, that's my ministry is the youth. I got a youth ministry. That's what it is.
So how long did you coach through there? With was it the old coach, Roger?
Yeah, Roger Quindell. So I was coaching there for about, I still coach there to this day. So I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
So since 2014.
Oh, wow.
All the way to now. I still do the summer camps with them. I still have my sons and them coach. So I never stop because I know what these kids need because I needed that. And I didn't have the resources that some kids did. So I'm still coaching.
Well, let's do this for Roger. Let's do this for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Roger Quindell.
But the impact is big.
Yeah.
So let me in. Where did you cross paths with Brown Deer?
So my oldest son, Cedric.
Yeah.
I was coaching City Kids at Marquette High School.
Yep.
And I had a kid that was at Brown Deer, Coach Julian Gladney, one of the head coaches over here.
Yeah.
At the time, he was like, hey, he sat down with me and he was like, have you ever thought about coaching here? Because he knew me in high school.
Yeah.
So I was at Custer. He was at Washington, at Marshall, Washington High School. He was like, have you thought about coaching here? I was like, No, but maybe. I don't know. So that was the whole process. And then my son wound up coming here. So my son, Cedric, is the pillar of this program.
Yeah.
He started the program. He recruited the kids. He got the kids to come out. And from there, it's just been freaking man, money.
Well, I'll say this. In 2018, it was only 3 wrestlers.
Yeah.
So you had to rebuild.
We had a roster full of girls. Just imagine going to conference and you getting beat and you can't do nothing about it. You just thinking in your head like, I can't wait to 2-3 years later. I'm just fuming.
I think that's one of the most impressive things I've known about this program is the amount of girls that you have on the team. They could be their own team.
Yes.
You know, so like with me, I never seen that when I wrestled. It was rare. You'd see girls in wrestling. Now, you know, I even went to the tournament last year with the all-girl tournament and the empowerment in that room. Holy cow. It gave me goosebumps, you know?
Yeah.
But what do you feel was the first step in turning that type
turn
of
this program around? Well, I think it starts with being consistent.
Yeah.
See, I was in the hallways every day. I work for the school. I'm not a teacher, but I was in the hallways every day recruiting the kids, going to the kids' schools, going to kids' classrooms. I mean, if this kid's doing this, doing the same thing Roger did for us.
Yeah.
Making sure that we doing what we supposed to do. And after that, the teachers was calling me, hey, Coach, hey, so-and-so doing this. And then next thing you know, I started coming in for other kids that wasn't even wrestling.
That's a way to create culture and change the mindset.
The culture. It was the culture here.
Yeah.
Brown Deer, they were a winning program as far as football go. Back in like 2014, they had an NFL player. I forgot his name, but he went here, and kind of dipped down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And it was the culture, and that's what we was gonna change. And I was trying to change these kids' mindset because they're not used to having adults that are consistent.
Yeah.
With the same message. I'm gonna tell you the same thing over and over and over again.
Hey, man, there ain't no participation trophies over here.
It's not.
Hey, I'll tell you like this. One thing I love about even with the kids, man, it's like you can be all smiley and all that, but the minute hey, I'm going to need that respect right now. Those kids, they put their chin up, they stare straight forward, and they tuned in.
They got to, because I tell a lot of coaches, I say, you can't play with kids.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. I don't want to play around with you because then that thinks that you become on my level, right?
Yes.
So don't play with me, and then we're going to keep it respect. Now, when it's time to play, it's time to play. But when it's time not to play, it's not time to play. Don't call me by my first name. You better call me Coach or Mister. If you call me Cedric, I might try to choke you. No, I'm just playing, but I might try. I'm going to get you. Like, I'm going to get you. But no, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Kids want structure.
Yes.
They want structure.
For sure.
And when they find somebody that can offer that structure, they'll listen.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, personally with my daughter, man, like she's the oldest, she's the one in the house. Now I'm a stepdad, so I'll tell her.
You need to get yourself a woo.
Now let me tell you something. When the disappointment comes in and all the, the changes, the hormones, you know how girls are, man. I'll tell you, I take it on the head, and I just, I try my very best, but it's still having to understand that you need to love this child, and hopefully that when this child gets older, it looks back and understands why you acted this way, what the things that you had to sacrifice in order to get, them to be at a point in life where they can be out on their own.
You want them to be good people. That's what we're trying to raise. Good people, good citizens. I say let's just be good citizens.
Yeah.
If you do the right thing when ain't nobody looking, that's the whole
That's
thing.
the integrity, man. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I'll revert back to it. It's just watching the transformation she's had in your program. She's been in the program all year round. There hasn't been no break. She's been literally, even when it was off season, she was in the gym. And needless to say, man, she cut weight when she started this program.
Yeah, Mackenzie did a phenomenal job.
Oh my!
Like when she first came to us, I just kind of, so I was like, yeah, she kind of shy. She don't want to talk. But I said, I know it's something different.
Yeah.
So let me, and then she kind of reminded me of my older daughter, Elaine, which they just like, you can't separate them, right? They over here straight on. But I'm like, okay. So you can't really separate them. But I was like, man, hey, no, Mackenzie, let's go. We gonna do this. We gonna do this.
Yeah.
And it's just like trying to get these girls, especially girls, like confidence to knowing. That's why I like them to wrestle, because you might have to wrestle a boy.
Yeah.
One day in life, somebody might try to grab you. You might have to flip them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be trying to make sure they good.
You know, just to put in perspective, she lost about 20, 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And, you know, the baby fat came off.
Yeah.
But in what has bloomed from that is just someone who, man, I couldn't be more proud.
No, you would have been geeked. Yesterday practice at open mat, dude. I promise you. Oh, you would have been so happy. So she's wrestling this new girl that come, right? And I look over and Mackenzie get double. Boom!
Yeah.
And I looked, I said, dang, Mackenzie, you just gonna let her do you like this?
Yeah.
Man, I turned around, Mackenzie was ragdolling her, like throwing her all over the place. And then Coach Bacocious was like, I looked at him, and he gonna say, she ain't the new one no more. I said, I know, because she out there putting in that work. I ain't never seen her like that before.
I love it. And, you know, with that program, what does it mean to you to see the program that once only had 3 wrestlers to becoming the championship program it's become?
It's phenomenal, because we are a melting pot. It's just not white, black, it's everybody.
Yeah.
So black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, everybody getting that work in. So when we go to these tournaments, people gonna be mad. I don't care. We go to these tournaments, they be looking like, who is these?
Yeah.
And we be putting the paws on these people. So when I try to tell you, these dudes are dedicated, man. I love it. I love it.
You know, you coached the Junior Falcons, right?
Yes.
You know, why do you feel it's important to start the development that early, as far as the next generation to come?
It's a character building. So what I tell people, I tell my son too, I don't even care if you become an Olympic champion. What sports do, especially wrestling, is gonna give you life skills beyond that. It's gonna just, the discipline it takes to get up and get beat up Monday through Monday and continue to do that, that's a mental thing that can't nobody stop. Mm-hmm. That's why I say these kids need to understand that doing something that you don't want to do and that's physically challenging, dude, you can do anything.
How do you balance pushing them to win with the lessons of, you know, athleticism, academics, as well as life?
So my oldest son, I failed at that one, right? I was mean. I was so rough with my oldest son.
I wouldn't say you failed. I would say, look, man, no one gives us a handbook in how this is going to be when we go through it.
True.
You know?
That's facts. I appreciate that one. And it was just like the conversations that we had. I'm like, you Cedric Jr., you supposed to be doing this, but not realizing that that's not me. He his own person. So you have to develop them in a way that you need to develop them, you know? So it just from my oldest son, learning from those mistakes with him, to like, okay, I know it can work, but let's do it a different way, but still make sure you get in that discipline aspect, if that makes sense.
You know, you're known for character and culture as much as competition. Mm-hmm. How do you keep your wrestlers humble amid the success?
I put them in positions to lose.
Okay.
You have to lose.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to lose, you don't know how to win. So if you can't, if you don't know how to win humbly, you don't know how to lose humbly.
Yeah.
And everything is a lesson. So what do we learn from that lesson that we doing? Like I said, I made the mistakes with my oldest son. That was all about winning. Now it was like, oh, okay, it's about the development. Come on, man, what you thinking about? It's about putting him in position. I didn't want my son to lose, right? I wanted him to win.
Yeah.
But I never put him in position to get the win. always put him in a position to lose.
Wow.
And once I realized, like, sometimes you need a win in order to keep that confidence going. But now you can't tell him nothing. That man out here YouTube, and that man said the OG podcast.
I told him I'm going to check it out.
So he. But the thing I like about it is he's consistent.
Yeah.
And I was like, see, I love the fact that you consistent. Yeah, you was losing, but you was consistently coming on that mat trying, and that's the whole aspect of it. You might not go to college and be a D1 athlete, but I guarantee you when you get done with Coach Hay program, you're going to be some of substance.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You know, even talking about my oldest, Kenzie, you know, I don't know if she'll ever see or understand, but even with all my kids, through what I've been doing with this platform, I've just, for the past, since August 4th, 2022, every Friday, I've released an episode of someone in this city or out, you know? And through that, it's to show them, one, don't give up on your dreams, and two, be consistent. I hope that at least, you know, I don't need the pat on my shoulder, but she has taken from this. And I can see that with you, you know what I mean? Getting your son to be consistent on that mat. Because at the end of the day, if you take that as a life lesson and you really hone in on that, you are unstoppable.
Unfreaking stoppable.
It's that consistency, and that's the number one advice I would tell anybody that starts something. Your family is very much a part of the program.
Oh man, my man.
Yeah. They even did a segment on Fox 6.
Yeah.
How was that? How did that come about?
That was crazy. Like I said before, kids will keep you honest. So if you trying to be consistent and you ain't waking up in the morning for the gym, they not gonna listen to you. Like, hey, Dad, you ain't doing it either. So I was coaching when I first got back in 2014, I had bought a 15-passenger van, and I had all my little cousins with me. Yeah. I'm talking about 15, 20 of them, and we was just traveling. We would go. Then eventually it started to like chip away, and so then I had my core group of my nephews, and they all came to Brown Deer, and they all wrestled together, and they all played football together. And that was probably one of the biggest things I always wanted to see was them all. They would never forget those memories ever. And when it was like we literally had a whole team of just my relatives, just my nieces and nephews.
Can I tell you something? I mean, we didn't have it much, but we had it all. And what I mean by that is like, look, every summer I travel back to New York because that's originally where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
And with my cousins, fire hydrants open, quarter water, Maltas, you name it. The ice cream man, you know what I mean? But we were so close-knit, me and my family.
Yeah.
So when you say something like that, that really takes me back. Actually, I was just in New York 2 weeks ago for my Titi Wanda's 50th.
Man, I got to come down there with you.
Man, hey, the next time I go, man. We from the South Bronx, but it was a reunion.
Yeah.
I seen cousins there that I haven't seen in over a decade. And mind you, we used to be together every summer, you know? Like, so for me, that really touched base at home. You know, but please go on with the whole Fox 6 segment. I mean,
yeah, so then Coach Gladney, his wife is Beverly Mitchell. Hey, we
get out of here.
There. Yeah, right. Beverly
Let's
Mitchell.
Go. Hey, dude. We appreciate your service.
For real. So then now, right, we come in and my son Max, right, he my youngest son, Division I, he just signed to his college, and he was the kind of the one that I kind of knew that was going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But the best thing about that is all my other relatives and my kids knew that we don't hate on each other. Hey, if one make it, we all make it. We all gonna come back and make sure that we all do it. And they did that segment, and I was just, man, I was ready to go. I was so excited and I was almost too much for people sometimes. Like, you too much, coach. I'm like, man. So we did that, and then that's when it kind of just took off, and they was like, who is this dude at Brown Deer winning?
Getting it.
Yes.
Walk us through a practice.
Man, what can I say about a practice? I'm screaming and yelling. I'm getting them going. Hey, they sweating. It's physical. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's we laughing, we joking. But we take it serious. I told them, hey, this is business. Let's handle this like business, but also have some fun with it. And they just have fun, man.
With wrestling, there's a lot of lessons, and we've been talking about this throughout the interview. What do you feel is a lesson from wrestling that mostly channels into the way we handle life?
I'll say, and I said this at a practice at AWA, wrestling is like the military. Wrestling is like the best form of military training readiness because it is physical, it's hard, right? But it also teaches you how to not give up. And when you do stop, you lose.
Yeah.
If you do give up, you lose. So you have to continually push yourself in order to achieve what you want to achieve. So it's just that nonstop mental battle with your mind and your body. Can your mind tell your body to keep going?
Yeah.
And what could keep up with it? And it just tells you that you can just push through anything.
You've been coaching, how many years would you say now?
I was I'm gonna say high school around like 6 years now.
6 years?
Around 6, 7 years. Probably a little bit more than that. I was coaching when I was younger in my youth years, so probably about 10, 15 years probably, I'm gonna say.
You know, especially now, what does this mean to you?
It's a sense of watching these kids. So I had a girl named Olivia Howard.
Yeah.
She graduated from the program, had a kind of a rough little upbringing and whatnot. I see her, she works at Menards. I saw her, Coach, she come running up to me. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm about to become a mechanic. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she goes off. And then I see her back at Menards. And I said, come here. What are you doing? I didn't like it. I said, I don't care what you don't like. You're not going to like anything in life. But you have to keep freaking pushing. But watching these kids come back and ask for advice, coming back and say, Coach, look what I'm doing. Coming back from college, coming back from just saying, even the ones that was helping come in here. Hey, what's going on, Coach? How you doing? It's like they appreciate somebody caring about them. That's what it really is about, just the caring aspect of it.
Yeah. And that is too. It's the culture of the family, and like we even with the Marine Corps, the brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's having your six. It's having the person that's next to you. You know, this is a sport that is often overlooked.
It is.
I know the energy and what you're putting into this program. I'm definitely going to be an ally in these next
Sleepless
years.
nights.
But I will ask this, because what are some of the necessities you feel could attribute to the program that you're hosting? Because these are hundreds of kids.
Parent participation, like I said before.
Yeah.
We need good sports parents. And that's what it really builds on, right? And I'm just a very upfront, blunt person. And I tell the parents in our parents meeting, if you don't come out to support your kid, I know y'all work a lot, but you can have one day just to show up. And if you don't, I'm going to get a cardboard cutting of you, and I'm going to put it in the stands so that your kid can see at least a silhouette of my parent is right here.
Yeah.
But it's just really about the parent support. I don't care. It's not even about the money. It's not even about none of that. It's about just supporting your child to do this. Now, do finances help to when we need to go to out-of-town tournaments? Of course it do. Or when we doing our youth tournaments? Of course it do. But it just really boils down to the family. I'm really trying to reach the kid to reach the parent.
Yes.
Because if I can reach the kid, then I can get to the parent, and then maybe the parent can see some things, and maybe that might change their view on whatever they doing in their life, right?
Yeah.
So that is the biggest thing, is just making sure these kids got support.
Yeah.
That's what I loved the most, just the support.
Man, that I gotta say, that is, man, you're pulling at the heartstrings a little bit with that, because really it is, man. I'll tell you like this, on the days that I was playing Saturday mornings at basketball games, all I wished was that my mom was on the side. You know what I mean? Even when I did wrestling, I wish my mom was there, you know?
Yeah.
Further going on, when it's all said and done, what do you hope your legacy is when you hang the shoes up here?
That these kids are successful in life, no matter what they're doing. They can be McDonald's workers as long as they trying to be the manager or the boss. That these kids are productive citizens. Like, that's the biggest thing. Just making sure these kids are just good people.
Yeah.
Like, I preach just good ethics, morals, just good character. I say, and you know this already.
Yes, indeed.
Person only got their word and their character. And if you one of these two gone, then you ain't gonna have nothing else, and ain't nobody gonna believe nothing.
Yeah.
So do the right thing when ain't nobody looking. And that's what I just really hope that these kids, and as they get older, they can pass that on to their kids, and then that's how you have that ripple effect of creating good people, creating good things, creating good habits. That's the biggest part of it. And just this is my ministry, man. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna be a youth pastor one day. I'm not ready right now.
I believe you, man. You got me believing.
I'm not ready right now, but I promise you, man, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And yeah,
where do you see the program going in the next 5?
Man, we got some hitters coming up, yo boys.
Yeah.
Yo boys.
I'm gonna be real with you. My son Silas, his shocked me.
Whew.
I knew he was athletic, but I didn't know he'd pick it up this fast,
Quick,
and that athletic.
fast learner.
Yeah, definitely. I love it. And even Arlo, they both every Monday, Wednesday excited.
They boys. Let them be boys. Let them run around. Let them flip each other. Let them just be rough.
Yeah.
That's what we freaking need. But then, like I said, we already had a 5-year plan when me and Coach Gladney took over the program.
Yep.
It was to be conference champions,
Yeah.
right? Hey, we did that. 2024 conference champions, right?
Yeah.
Now we on the cusp of making a team state this year. Brown Deer haven't made a team state in I don't know how long. We got kids that's ranked in the country, number 11th in the country. Then we had a kid that was ranked 12th in the country. They don't have 2 ranked kids in the country on the same team. That's very rare.
Wow.
Very, very rare. And the places that we do and the things that we do, and then I got about 15 little Asians that's coming up that's about to get the whooping everybody.
Little AA Ron, bro.
Man, I'm telling you.
I told my wife, she came and one of the practices, you must have got in their butts.
Man,
she was like, she wasn't a fan of it. And she come home and she said something. And I'm like, yo, I want my boys to, if they messing up, I want him in his ass, bro. Like that's me being honest. But I'll tell you this, back to AA Ron.
Yeah.
That is the littlest wrestler I've ever seen. But, man, I hope my son Arlo is connected with that kid. I've talked to his dad a couple of times, even seen him tonight.
Yeah.
But, man, does that child have a bright future.
I'm telling you.
How old is he?
Well, I had to be about 5.
Wow.
5 years old. But he never really wanted to get on the mat. He would just run on, run off. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to get you. You're going to come on.
Yeah.
And then I got Jackson and it's a lot of other kids. And it's so when I yell at the kid, because I got ADD, my brain be going all over the place. So I understand what these kids be doing sometimes. So when I be like, hey, don't you be doing this? And then I go back like how fathers go. I'll go back and say, hey, look, this is what I did this for. So I talk to him and explain what's going on. I don't just leave him on the cuffs like just yelling at them then walk off. It's like I'm gonna yell at you and then I'm gonna tell you why, and then we gonna figure it out how to get better from here.
Yeah.
So that's the key point of, and like I said, a lot of parents don't like my style. And I tell them in the meeting, I said, if you don't like this, just leave. And I'm okay with it.
Yep. And there's no shame in that, man. There's no shame in that. And I preach, ain't no participation trophies
Man,
over here, man.
You gotta work.
Man, but, you know, I always say this is the most important question of the interview. And this is the last question. What is advice you would give our youth? It's a two-part. Our youth as well as aspiring wrestlers.
First, I say you gotta have a good fundamental. You gotta have a good base in God.
Yeah.
Right. As a good base with God. Right. That's what I'd be saying out the gate. People might not like it or whatever, but once you got that foundation there, and then now you got to build off of those discipline factors. It's all about the discipline and the consistency. If you can get these kids to be consistently coming every day and doing the work that they don't want to do, they're eventually gonna catch on and they're gonna want to do it. And for the kids that do want to wrestle, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about how you react at that moment.
Yeah.
So if you win, that's good. If you lose, all right. But how are we going to respond to those wins and losses? And that's why we have kids that's ranked in the country. That's why we got girls that's doing what they're doing now. That's why Kenzie is coming back and she's doing what she's doing, because she know it doesn't matter about winning and losing. It's about the effort that you put in.
Yeah.
So if you give me effort, I give you effort. And I tell them that all the time. Just give the coach the effort and everything will freaking work out for you.
Wow. Coach Hay, I appreciate you. I feel you are a blessing, not only just to the programs that we have, that you have here, but just to these kids, man, because they really, really look up to you. I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you being a part of the legacy being built. What are ways people can communicate with you if they want to have their kids involved in the program you have over here?
You can email, call, phone call, or you can go on Brown Deer webpage on Facebook, Brown Deer Junior Falcons. Also, you can call, you can contact the school. You know,
Yeah.
It's really just, if you know me, you know me. If that makes sense. It's like if you know who we are, you know how to get in contact with me.
Yeah.
But you can, like I said, you can come on Facebook. Also, people see me at Said Hey all day on my page, different things like that. So it's just, just email or phone call.
Yeah. Well, again, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you, just everything you're doing here. The impact you're making, beyond words.
Appreciate it.
And we're gonna, like I said, I got all three in now.
Man, we about to get. I'm trying to tell you, we gonna get it in. Man, I'm telling you, you're gonna be traveling as much as I am. Watch.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you.
But again, thank you. And with that being said, Spearhead out.